slimy spot in the jaw, which tell him exactly where I am. We notice he doesn't make a ripple on the surface, so if he wasn't a dirty murky water, you wouldn't know he was there. He's got a membrane across his eyes, so he's actually looking up and out the shadows. And he gets his power from his tail. He can also hold his breath for up to and over 3 hours under the water, so he's got time when he decides when he's hunting and stalking. Now, if I look at all nervous throughout the show, it's because I am. This crocodile, what he tends to do is does a massive big wind up from out there and put on these big hits. And then he doesn't look at the food in their hand, he just runs at our feet, like Shani was saying. Well, crocodiles tend to come out, look up, look straight at food, not manga, it just comes out and runs at our feet. So, but crocodiles, even though he does do that, he's set himself up on a strike already, he's making you nervous. Manga. Watch his tail, that's where he gets his power from. He's pulled all his feet already in. He's edging forward again now.
I tell you what, Richie, crocs are very territorial when you're in their water, so who thinks Richie should get in the water with Mama? Woo! Yeah!
They bring my little floaties today, Johnny, so.
Oh, okay. Nice work.
You know what, I might borrow that bucket for a sec, Josh.
But there you have it, crocs, man. Patience. They can hold their breath for up to 3 hours. They've got all the time in the world, and I tell you what, they weigh up to a ton. So really, they can do whatever they want.
Here we go, Shani. That's us, he's running up.
Woo!
Oh, hey, Mung, isn't that great?
Now, Steve believes that if he saved people's lives, he would also save Australia's apex predator. Now, history has shown, we've all seen it on TV, people make this silly mistake, they go into a croc's territory, they get taken by a croc. You know what? At the end of the day, it's the poor old croc that suffers. How unfair is that? They are prehistoric, they deserve respect, being the ultimate ambush attack predator.
Alright, now, this is one of our favourite spots for our crocs usually put on the kit. The reason for that is, they know there's only a couple of metres to the fence, and if they want to, they can actually strike all the way to it. So what they try to do, and Mum's trying to do it now, is get me somewhere between him and the fence. So don't let anyone ever play down how smart they are. And for good reason, I'm not going to do that. Once more. No, I'm not going to do it, are you? Alright, we'll take you to the tar walk. Now, this is some natural behaviour. This is something crocodiles do out in the wild. And the favourite animal to pick off using a tar walk is fruit bats. And what fruit bats do is they roost above the water, hanging upside down from the branch of a tree. So that makes them a very easy animal for a crocodile to do a tar walk and grab a hold of. And Mana, even though he comes from the wild, presuming where he was, he didn't do too many tar walks because he's taken a little while to take this. So what we do is we offer the food to him on a bit of twine. He's just getting used to the tar walk and the fact that he can get food over here and looking up for it. Look up, Bunny. Look up. Chicken, your favourite. That's it. Look up at the food. I don't want him to come right out, because if he comes right out and then gets stuck up here, that's going to be really bad. Oh, good work.
Woo!
Alright, so we're just getting used to it, but our crocodiles, when they wander our larger ones, can actually get as high as this top rail. So the lesson here for us is simple, just don't climb out on anything which overhangs the water.
Really, really important point. For anyone thinking of fishing up in croc country, which is from Rockhampton right around to Broome. Look, don't forget the tail walk. That can leap metres into the air. Phenomenal. If you're going to go fishing up there, don't be casting off from and over a tree branch overhanging the water. Do it from a good sized tinny with a big outboard motor. If you're casting off from the shore, stand at least 5-6 metres from the back of the edge of the water, and that is going to keep you safe from the strike range of even the largest of the saltwater crocs.
Alright, now you see when Munga pops up and has a look, when he does break the surface, his eyes come out of the water, just behind his eyes, if the view goes down, just behind his eyes, a little black slit which are his ears, and on the top of his snout, that's his nasal disc, so you can smell and take a breath. So if you just break the surface, here, see, smell, take a breath. When they're stalking, they do this. They will not show themselves. they'll remain beneath the water submerged until they're actually going to strike out and grab a hold of their prey. Sit just a couple of inches beneath the water there and wait for that animal to come right down into the water and go to try to take a drink. This is where he makes me nervous again. He's pulled up short and just stop there. They like to play a little game with us. It's called Come Closer. You can play it, you can only play it once. Come on. Come on, that's it. Keep on there. I know. Alright, he's looking at my feet. Oh, Josh, did you grab that? Just grab that. Yeah, that would be useful. See how he's got his feet pulled in? He's watching my every move. Oh.
Maybe you should get a volunteer from the audience, would you?
Alright, so out in the hard, look at that. But out in the hard solid ground, you can't chase him down. He's just got those short little stumpy legs, and he's got to drag that tail behind him. So if they're large enough to see us as prey, once we do get him out here, we can run backwards quicker than what they can come forwards out here. But in the water, everything changes. In the water, they can go to cruising speed of a dolphin over short distances. They tuck their limbs in beside their body and use that tail to power themselves along. So you've got absolutely no hope of trying to outswim a saltwater crocodile. So if you pretty much stay back away from the water's edge and out of the water, you won't come into conflict with a large male saltwater crocodile.
They are Australia's apex predator, playing a very vital role in their ecosystem, keeping the waterways healthy and resilient.
And they really are the last living link to the dinosaur era. 260 million years in the making. Unchanged the last 65 million years.
And we don't expect everyone to go away loving them like we do. We absolutely love them. We get to work with them every day. But if you go away with a bit of appreciation for them and the role they play in the environment, well, that would be all we could ask. Crocs was Steve's passion, so our aim here at Australia Zoo is to ensure that his legacy, beliefs and enthusiasm for wild places continue on. We'd like to thank you all for coming to the zoo today and for keeping Steve's dream and this planet alive.
Now it's your turn to get out there, live a little on the wild side, and always remember, cross rule! Have a great day. Bye-bye.
You doing a good tail walk? Yeah, they'll be loving today. This is nice croc weather today.
Hey Robert, you know you have to be able to do this experience? I don't know, no idea. Alright.
What they've got to do obviously is get him out of here now. Get him. They'll go and gather them up now. They want to make sure they know how much he eats, because they actually eat a set amount of food. About a kilo every show. He'll eat a kilo of food. He'll do 2 shows a week, so he'll eat 2 kilos a week. And we know we're not overfeeding him, we're not underfeeding him. And what he doesn't eat here, they'll try and feed him in the back of the pond now. And now's not a bad time to move out the back, as we see him go back into his enclosure. We'll be over the top of him and we'll get a really good idea of just how big he is.